Four-man rush. Looks, scrambles forward. He can run for it if he wants to. Trevor's going to run it into the end zone. Touchdown. Another rushing touchdown for Trevor Lawrence. This one from 4 yards away, and the Jags are in the end zone for the first time today. Dropping his Trevor. It's a quarterback draw to the 5. He's going to walk into the end zone. What a play call. Trevor Lawrence runs it in from 6 yards away. His second rushing touchdown of the game, and Jacksonville has taken the lead. He's going to try and just throw it as far as he can into the back of the end zone, and the ball is intercepted by the Jags, and the game is over. The Jags pick it off in the end zone, and they hold on to beat the Colts 23-17, and the Jags remain in first place in the AFC South. How good is that? 12 wins, man. 12 wins. 12.
Continue to win. That's all that matters, man. Continue to win and find ways to win. That's what it's about. So proud of you guys. Enjoy this, guys. Always enjoy wins on the road, man. No matter what, enjoy wins in this league because we earn them. We earn them, and we take every one of them.
1010XL 92.5 FM presents Jaguars Today with your hosts Mike Dempsey, Tony Smith, David Garrard, and Dylan Denmark.
All right, good morning, everybody. Happy Victory Monday. You sick of it yet? I certainly hope not. Jags have won 12. Look at this Colts guy just walking. That was good timing right here. How's that collapse sitting right there? 8-2 to going home for the winter for the first time in 30 years. An NFL team has been that god-awful to start 8-2.
It's a bear that's got to find its cave.
I love it, man. Can't be a Colts fan and rocking that gear around this 1010XL place and don't expect it to come back on you like that. Colts got theirs yesterday to wrap up the season sweep, and it was perfunctory. You know, the Jags, I described it yesterday, Dave, and the postgame as they got to play with their food a little bit, you know, and you know, look, give the Colts credit. They battled and all that, and they made some plays. And in the end, the Jags, when they stopped shooting themselves in the foot, I thought they were the clearly superior team. Yesterday, I heard Tony, you said to the guys on the drill, you never really feared Indianapolis winning that game.
No, even at 10-0, I was never like, oh, I wonder if they're. I was like, like they'll find a way. Like it always felt that way. It felt kind of weird the way even the Colts were able to get points. Right, the Jags had that first drive. They turn it over, as she said, playing with their food.
Yeah,
a little bit. They tried the trick play, which look,
hey,
I get
let's try this.
Right, like, and maybe it works in the moment, maybe it doesn't. If he just holds on to the ball, who knows, you know? But he didn't. Right, that's the reality of it. But it did feel like if we're talking about specifically the quarterback Trevor Lawrence and the kind of run that he's on right now, the way that he's playing football right now, David, it feels we've had 5 years of watching him. We know how these games typically feel with Trevor Lawrence late, and we've watched them find ways to lose that kind of game over and over and over again. This year's version of Trevor Lawrence was more like they're going to find a way to win, and they wound up finding a way to win.
Yeah, I mean, it just shows you this team's mentality that it is totally different. Their mindset is totally different. The head coach has really put something in them to where they know they can win games late. They can win games in any form or fashion they need to, and it was a good example of it yesterday. It's a divisional game, so you know it's going to be a little bit more of a battle than
know each other so
than normal.
well.
Yeah, and we handled them when they were here, but it was, you know, losing their quarterback, bringing in a rookie who clearly wasn't ready yet, and I did not think that Phillip Rivers, at the age of 44, who looks a lot like me right now, coming off the couch, literally would be able to do any of the things that he did. But my hat goes off to him for that. He still hadn't won a game, so that you can't give him but so much. But still, to be that old, do what he's doing is pretty cool. But I love seeing our team rise to the occasion because you're going to have to do that. You're going to have to do that in the playoffs. You're going to have to do that when the game comes down to this last drive or whatever it is for our defense or our offense to make a play, and we're finding ways to do that. So that was my takeaway from being able to just stay within themselves, play with their food a little bit, and then get that win. It's all that mattered.
Yeah, got the win. I'm not upset at all, right?
No,
like, nobody got majorly injured coming out of that game, and you don't have to play that way next week or in the postseason. And they did make some self-inflicted mistakes along the way. But they pulled it out in the end, and they took care of business, and they kept control of the AFC South in their hands, and that was the most important thing.
It's good to see them make those mistakes in a game, but then also still be able to win that game in a divisional game on the road. Like, those things matter, and they add on to your repertoire and your weapons, your bag, whatever you want to call it, so that you can recall that later and be able to use that down the road sometime.
Look, I'm quite sure if they even care at this point, they're probably just like, how did this season get away from us up in Indianapolis? But they could look at it like, hey, man, you know what? We made all these mistakes too, and we're throwing the ball in the end zone to win the game on the final play of the game. So it wasn't like we were that far off, but that's the NFL.
Yep.
Yeah.
In many cases, you're not that far off. And look, just ask the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Cleveland Browns yesterday, right?
Like, I think from the NFL perspective, watching that game yesterday, to me, Dave, like, we've watched the last month of Jaguars football. They're beating people so handily, right? Like, the backup quarterback has been taking snaps at the end of every game for a month, right? That's the way the Jaguars have been playing. And it's not because Trevor's hurt. It's because we're just done. We've seen enough. Nick, go take a couple knees, right? They've been doing that for a month. I don't think you can really do that in the NFL for 2.5 months, right? So, getting back to, hey, we played an NFL kind of game yesterday. It was more what I typically see in the NFL. And in my mind, I almost had an exhale. I was like, whew, right? Like, I'm kind of glad you get that out of your system a little bit. You find another way. We had to find a different way to win this one than they've had to find in the last month. And I think it's important when you are getting to playoff time where you expect everything to be so tight once you get to that time of year.
Yeah, like I said, it is just good to see our team find ways to win. And it's not always with 5 touchdowns and a rushing touchdown and over 300 yards of throwing. It's not always going to be that way. Sometimes you're going to get into a dogfight even when you weren't expecting to be in a dogfight. But can you still win that dogfight? That's what matters, and that's all anybody cares about, especially fans in Duval, is did we win the ball game? We did. We didn't get anybody hurt, so let's move on to the next one.
And we're going to do exactly that, and Jags will play at 1 o'clock on Sunday, trying to wrap up the division simultaneously with the Houston Texans playing at the same time. So, look, the Jags could conceivably lose, and if the Texans were to lose to this Colts team, Jags would still win the division. We're not counting on that. So, Jags going to go out, take care of their business, become a 13-win team for only the second time in the history of the franchise.
Wow.
Honestly, just absolutely stunning what they've been able to do this year. So much more good than bad, but we will critique the things along the way, and it's easy to do in light of a victory. Hey, you know what? Don't do that next time, right? And instead of this is becoming a habit, and this cost us a football game. Jags have not been able to take their foot off the accelerator at all over the last month and a half, and they haven't. They continue to win, and so in some sense, they're getting playoff ready because with Houston winning every single week, you can't afford to slip up not even a single time, and that's always, of course, the case in the postseason. Coach Denmark, good morning to you. How are you?
Things are good.
All
Hope
right.
You had a good Christmas.
Nice. I did. Thank you very much. Hope you did as well.
I did.
I heard some gunfire was involved.
Yes, shots were fired, but everyone in the family is okay.
Legal gunfire.
Yes.
Yeah, it wasn't like
Out in the
home
woods.
invasion or anything like that.
Yeah,
You
we
were
went
like,
to the hood.
let me see what the neighbors got for Christmas. Right here. No. All right. Well, we're glad everybody had a good time. I trust that hopefully everybody out there had a nice Christmas holiday. And we're not slowing down, man. We got New Year's coming up, but the Jaguars have a lot to play for. If you'd like to get in today, we'd love to hear your reaction to their 23-17 win over the Colts yesterday. 641-1010 on the phone lines or the text line designed by Lifetime Enclosures. Hit us up on social media at MD_1010XL, at 1010XL Fat Tony, at David Garrard _9, and at 1010XL Denmark.
Yeah, I'm pumped.
All right, excellent. That's a new one, and we are as well. Got a whole new year coming. We might have a whole bunch of drops on the way. You never know. You can stream us today on YouTube, on X or Twitter, on Facebook, whatever you like. Watch or listen to the show or be a part of it as well. It's a great time to be a Jag fan. So let's talk about the good and the bad coming out of the game yesterday. Your impressions on where this team is heading into the final week of the NFL season with a chance to have a 13-win campaign, flipping that 4-13 into 13-4. Absolutely spectacular. Adam Schefter tweeted out something to the effect of Liam Coen's the first time, he said, first year head coach to, I think it was improve his team by like 8 games in the first season as a head coach. Well, he's the first-time head coach to do that. Like, Mike Vrabel's new to the Patriots, and he's done the same thing this year. But what Liam Coen has done is nothing short of remarkable here in Jacksonville, and definitely he's in the conversation for Coach of the Year. Whether he wins it or not, I'd rather have him hoist the Lombardi Trophy with Trevor Lawrence and the gang. That would be a pretty good consolation prize. So let's get into it. You're listening to Jaguars Today on yet another Victory Monday here on 1010XL and 92.5 FM.
Jaguars
Today.
from the Renewal by Anderson Custom Windows and Doors Studios of 1010XL.
And he's not moving. That was a heck of a hit.
Good health is an important part of a successful program.
A guy who was number 5 on our depth chart is now our starting wideout.
Listen for the personal injury attorneys Farah and Farah Injury Update.
Jacksonville
on 1010XL.
Hi, this is Dave Barker with IHRS. Are you frustrated with those trendy pills, drops, and lotions that claim to make your hair thicker and fuller? Are you taking weight loss drugs or medication that's making your hair fall out? Whether you're frustrated with results from treatments that just don't work, or you no longer have the fuller, thicker hair that you once had, there's a better way. Our hair restoration solutions have helped literally over 10,000 men and women restore their hair in as little as 2 office visits.
Ready to grow your hair back and have permanent, natural, and guaranteed results? For your confidential consultation, call 904-777-IHRS. That's 904-777-4477. Or go to hairforme.com. That's hairforme.com.
Jaguars Today.
You're settled into a Dream Finders Homes Monday.
Hey, so where do we tee off?
Tee it high and let it fly.
He's got a beautiful backswing. Oh, he got all of that one.
Tour news, local updates, and the latest gear. Cut a few strokes off your game Saturday mornings at 10 with the Edwin Watts Golf Hour on 1010XL.
The holidays are coming, and so is your family. Is your septic system ready?
Honey, why is the yard bubbling?
Dad, the dog's swimming in the septic tank.
That's one way to greet the in-laws.
Don't let a septic disaster be the highlight of your holiday dinner. Call Duck Duck Rooter today and get it fixed before Uncle Bob finds out the hard way. Duck Duck Rooter, your local septic experts. Proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars. DuckDuckRooter.com.
We send our best agent in the field.
I want you to find GoldenEye, find who took it, what they plan to do with it, and stop it.
Hayes Carline takes you behind enemy lines.
Man, he's like a super spy.
Activated by Palo Windows and Doors on 1010XL.
Frank Frangie for Coil Fencing. Jacksonville is full of memorable sports moments. Remember when the Jaguars upset the Denver Broncos in the 1996 divisional round as a 14-point underdog and launched them into the AFC Championship? Well, you know who won't upset you? The team at Coil Fencing. Coil is A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau and has been serving the Jacksonville community for nearly 100 years. From sleek aluminum fencing your HOA will love to tough chain link for your commercial project, Coil does it all. Visit CoilJacks.com. That's COILE Jacks.com. Coil Fencing, partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
In Northeast Florida, power outages are unavoidable, but losing comfort, security, and peace of mind doesn't have to be. With a Generac home standby generator from American Electrical Contractors, your power comes back on automatically the moment an outage begins. As Jacksonville's leading and one of the longest-running Generac dealers, American Electrical Contracting has the experience you deserve. Be prepared. Protect your home and family. Protect your business. Generac standby generators from American Electrical Contractors. Call 737-7770 or online at american-electrical.com.
Really want to light up the night this New Year's Eve? Superior Fireworks on Blanding Boulevard has something for everyone on any budget. Their holiday sale is happening right now. Shop early and save big on their massive selection of quality fireworks. Don't get stuck with the same old this year. Let Superior Fireworks help you customize an amazing celebration. with fountains, shells, repeaters, and grand finale racks. Visit the store in Orange Park or online at SuperiorFireworks.com.
The best wings in town are coming to River City Marketplace. Leon Searcy here. Wingstop is opening another North Jacksonville location soon at the end of December. You always get fresh, made-to-order wings in 11 flavors, including original, hot, garlic parm, and of course, lemon pepper. Wingstop now has 18 locations in Jacksonville, always open until 1 a.m. So skip the wait and order your wings online at wingstop.com and swing by to pick up at the brand new Wingstop location in River City Marketplace.
There's a lot of reasons to use Coen flowers when you need to send a floral arrangement. This is ET with 1010XL, and no matter what reason or the occasion, Coen Flowers delivers only the best. Log on to CoenFlowers.com and make somebody's day.
1010XL, presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Focused, fueled, fearless, Farah.
All I do is win, win, win. No
David Garrard Monday on 1010XL is restored by Resto Pros of Northeast Florida.
Everybody hands go up, and they stay there.
There we go. Victory Monday wouldn't be the same without a little Ludacris and Friends right there. Brought to you by Dylan Denmark. Appreciate you, Dylan Denmark. He's in there. Come on now. Somewhere.
There he is.
There he is. He's never been defeated, and he won't stop now. Well, the Jags can't say that, but don't start now.
Don't start now, yeah.
Keep winning. I don't know who I want in the postseason. I just want them here. That's number one.
As long as we can have them.
We get yesterday's Buffalo Bills. I'll take that version. You never know what you're going to get, right? It all comes down to one game and how they play on that given day. So, you know what? Bring them on, whoever it is. Honestly, I do. Give me the Chargers, right? The way that the Jags handled them last time. And I don't know. I see them being one and done regardless of who they play in the postseason.
And you never can tell when Josh Allen's going to have one of those Josh Allen type days.
This is true, right? I mean, he does. He did put you on his back and goes for 5-6 touchdowns.
I couldn't
sometimes.
believe how badly he missed that throw at the end of
That
the
was
Oh my
awful.
God! I mean,
I didn't know what happened. I'm like, he was back there wide open.
he was sliding and it was just a little
he threw
air
it
under it.
5 feet in front of him on the ground. Like it was weird.
It was. Did you watch Sunday Night Football?
The Bears.
Caleb had one going the other way, right? When he rolls right, and it's just like a little air under it. Guy was by himself.
I know. I'm like, you've made all these incredible throws on the run all game, and this is the one you're going to miss, Caleb?
Look,
with everything, a lot still to be decided with seeding, obviously, in both conferences here in the last week. But right now, it would be Buffalo at New England in the wild card round, and it would be the Chargers coming here to Jacksonville.
Let's go.
I'll take it.
But that all depends because won't the Bills get the Jets next week, right?
I believe so.
And the Chargers play Denver.
Yeah.
So, and how I don't know what the Chargers are incentivized or not. I saw one Charger fan go on the X platform that said something to the effect of, well, yeah, we lost, but at least we're going to avoid the Jags in the playoffs. Like I was like, all right, I like to hear that.
I like that.
You remember. The North remembers. 35-6, or I believe that was the score not too long ago.
Correct.
All right, thank you. Dylan Denmark, the official historian of Jaguars today. Fact checker supreme. All right, why don't we, before we get to these calls, and we want to get a bunch of your reactions, let me hit a quick 10-10 take.
10-10
take.
Now, Mike Dempsey's 10-10 take. Brightened up by First Coast Paint. Simply superior paint.
Look, each of the turnovers they had yesterday was different in its own right. The play, Travis Etienne's got to catch the ball.
Yes.
It was a little bit of an unnecessary play, but there was nothing about it that forced him to not make the play. He could have made that play. I don't personally think it's a laydown that he scores. Everyone's, he would have scored on that. I've watched that. There was that
Somebody
corner
there.
safety back there was going to get him or at least slow him down enough. But regardless, the play was okay. I even think on Trevor's throw, Trevor threw the same ball on the other side of the end zone last week for a touchdown to Parker Washington. And he's trying to throw it before the defender gets his head turned around. And Jermaine Pratt turns it around at the right second, and he made a nice play. And trust me, the Colts have been complaining about their linebackers covering anybody all year long. They were stunned themselves, the fans, that he made that play. But if there's one great equalizer, even when you're the better team, it's turnovers, and particularly in the red zone. Can't lead points out on the field. Jags just get points there. They pass up a field goal that Liam Coen even said after the game, you know what, we probably should have kicked that one. It was tied at 17-all, but I'm trying to instill in my team that we want to win and finish the game on our terms. Well, just finish the game with more points, right? And I'm not, look, Liam Cohen's doing a great job in that category. I'm not trying to nitpick everything Liam Coen does. He's had a phenomenal first year as the Jags coach, but don't squander your scoring opportunities here. And, you know, we see it. Dave, we saw it yesterday in the Bills game, right? It came down to Josh Allen missing that because they missed an extra point, you know, and obviously no one's trying to miss an extra point, but it's little things like that along the way. So turnovers in the red zone make me a little queasy. I don't think these were like reckless turnover. I mean, you can question the play call on the hook and lateral, but it was a clean pitch to Travis Etienne, and he just dropped.
Yeah, I'm not even questioning that, even in the slightest. Now, if it had been the guy had 3 guys around him and he's trying to flip the ball out, like, I would blame him more for that situation.
Right.
This is a toss to your running back who gets tosses all the time. So in that situation, it's not like somebody was bearing down on him. It's not like he saw a guy out in front that was about to light him up. This was just a not keeping your eyes focused on the ball. You're trying to, you see all that open space, so you're wanting to go get there before anybody gets to you. I understand all that, but make the catch first. Take the ball with you. You can't do anything without the ball. So yes, Trevor, I felt like was throwing the ball really well yesterday. Had some, you know, poor throws that caused, it wasn't even poor throws. It was just how he made the throw. Like you're saying, against the linebacker, you got Parker Washington, who is clearly going to be your number one target in that situation because he's running that wheel route on a linebacker. That's what you're trying to get that play for. Throw the ball out there so he can run under it and go get it. You don't have to back shoulder him. But Trevor was sliding in the pocket a little bit and let the ball go and was trying to do what he did last week. Didn't always work that way. We all know that. So those things happen. The linebacker made a heck of a play. We helped him by putting the ball in the vicinity for him to go catch it. Like I said, I think Parker was already by the guy. So if you get the ball up early, put it out there, drop it in the bucket, that's a touchdown.
Yeah, look, a level of competition goes up in the postseason. Maybe you get away with a couple of those. You never know, right?
Yeah.
Because the other team's going to make their share of mistakes as well. But the Jags are showing now that they've reached a level where they can shoot themselves in the foot a little bit and still overcome it against kind of middle-of-the-pack teams, which I think the Colts, I don't even know what they are right now. They're on, what, a 6-game losing streak. Are they? They're probably a bad team, honestly, right
They're
now.
a football team with a quarterback that can't throw the ball more than 15 yards.
That's basically what it is, right?
Like they're so limited in what they can do. So their hope to win week to week right now is basically, can our running back be super hot? Like they have to have one of those. They have to have a Derrick Henry effort, right, from their guy in a given week.
Taylor,
right, from Taylor, right. Like it just hasn't happened here in the last 3 weeks that way, and that's because everyone playing them knows their only chance to beat us today is if Taylor beats us.
Well, for Taylor, it's been like 6 weeks.
Right, we're not doing it.
Yeah.
Right? Like teams are like, we're not risking that being the reason. We're going to get in a game situation where Phillip Rivers has to drive the ball downfield. He can't do it.
And watching the game, I would have thought defensively that we would have just crowded the line more so that we would have taken him away and just wanted Phillip Rivers to throw the ball in that 15 to 20-yard area that he can't really make those throws. I mean, he had Alex Pierce wide open. I mean, he was 5 yards past the DB, and all he had to do was just get the ball out there like 30 yards, but he could only throw it 20 yards, and the dude had to come back. I'm like, man, so that's where the pain of a 44-year-old was hurting me, because I'm like, oh my gosh, my 24-year-old arm would have thrown it, through the uprights and into the stands if I really wanted to, but he couldn't even get it past like 25 yards. So that just as an older quarterback, used to be quarterback, sorry, that was frustrating for me to see. And I know it was frustrating for him to see, but happy for me to see, because it helped my Jags.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, let's get some reaction rolling here on this Victory Monday at 641-1010. It looks like Dominique on the north side going to lead us off. Dominique, good morning.
Good morning, boss man. MSTG, how y'all doing?
Good. What's up, man?
I'm happy about the win, obviously, you know what I'm saying? It's always nice to have a Victory Monday, and I'm hoping this isn't like a Debbie Downer thing. It's just more on my side. I'm a little confused. Okay. But it's BTJ, really. I can't really make them out, so to speak. Like, for example, this is like the second week in a row, like, time management, he didn't run out of bounds. He kept going, or like the double clutching the passes and stuff. And then, like, so far the calling card for the team has been confidence. And it looked like he isn't really playing with confidence. I don't know what to make of BTJ, and I was trying to see if y'all can help my brain out. I know y'all know how I
Appreciate it, man. Like, I can't get in his head, but he doesn't attack the football.
Your brain is functioning, Dominique, first of all. He is very cautious about everything, it seems like. Good that he's catching the ball when there's nobody right on him, but he is not catching the ball, turning the field, doing what we need once he has it. And then on the one that got knocked out of his hands, like he said, he double caught that. And if he caught it the first time and just had strong hands with it, it would have been a catch.
Yep.
But that is how his mind is right now. He is a young guy. It's his second year. For whatever reason, this season, he came out super unconfident about himself, if you will. And it has remained. But he's functional enough that he can still run good routes. He can still catch the ball. He still does what he needs. He's just not turning into that mega superstar that he was going to be. Now, this might just be a season where he just is, for whatever reason, getting footing, getting his confidence back, whatever it is. And maybe we just have to continue to wait for the future BTJ to be able to come back, the past BTJ to come back to be the future.
Yeah,
BTJ
there's
that
still
we
a
know
lot
he
of
can be.
talent in there, man, on a rookie contract. Like, I see people say, trade him for anything you can get. Like,
No.
and then I see him trade him for a first-round pick. Well, who's going to give you that right now, the way he played this year? So,
Wouldn't even trade him,
Like, that would be my asking price. Like, if I was going to trade Brian Thomas Jr., a first-round pick would be what I want to get back. I wouldn't expect that to be what anyone would pay for Brian right now. But I look at this Jaguars offense right now, and they're dangerous. Right? Like, they're a really difficult team to plan for week to week. And if Brian would just get his head on straight, like, if he would be the deep threat that he should be, and the opportunities are there for him every week right now. For him to, I said it a couple weeks ago. I keep feeling like there's going to be a week where Brian Thomas hangs on to 2 or 3 of these, and it's going to be the week that he has 6 for 150 and 2 touchdowns. It's right there. Like, the opportunities are right there for him to do it. He just, for whatever reason, can't get out of his own head.
And confidence-wise, we're not even taking shots with him.
well, they took the one late, and Trevor had to throw it early, and he overthrew him, and he had his guy by a few yards.
Yes, but that's just one shot. With BTJ, you want to have at least 3 or 4 good opportunities to let him just stride out.
He had
and
the
run
one he
by
didn't
guys.
fight back for yesterday.
It's just not. I'm going up. This is my ball. I don't care who's around, and I'm going to go make this play. It's
what he did last year.
I know it. He's just not doing it this year.
He had Sauce Gardner on him some of the time yesterday, which tells you, though, that the Colts respect that he is a threat. Like, he still is the guy. Like, if you moved on for Brian Thomas, you'd go, we have to replace his deep threat ability on this football team. He still brings something, and it hasn't been a perfect year. But look, the starting trio of wide receivers at the beginning of the year was Brian Thomas, Travis Hunter, and De'Ami Brown.
Yeah.
They're getting, very little from Brian, or not as much as they expected from Brian Thomas. Nothing from the other guys for different reasons, obviously. I'm not saying it's Travis Hunter's fault he got hurt at all, but the Jags' offense has continued to flourish in the second half of the season despite that.
And what's really cool is our receivers have gotten better. We've chosen better receivers to make as our focal points. I mean, Myers and Parker Washington, you guys, I'm just saying, just get the ball in his hands. On the one where he catches it down the sideline and then he reverses field. Like, that is a person that knows what to do when the ball is in their hands.
Punt returner.
Yes.
He is a punt returner. He turned into a punt
exactly.
returner, yeah.
But you can see some of these bigger tight ends and guys that have all this open field, and they just run straight. They're just like, I don't know what else to do other than get yards and then run somebody over, hopefully. But it's amazing when you got guys that can move with the ball in their hands.
All right, let's get Spencer and Mandarin before we hit the bottom of the hour break here. Spencer, you're on Jaguars Today. Happy Victory Monday.
Absolutely. Hey, to your conversation, give me Thornton for BT out of Kansas City, and I'm good. But real quick,
you're crazy.
Get the real quick funny observation from yesterday. That when I'm around town, when I see someone with a T-shirt or hat, I always say, "Hey, go Jags!" And I always get a smile. And that part's fun right now, right? And I went to a little pizza shop in town and to pick up a pizza, and I was real quiet in there. I walk in, a guy walks in the door, the Jags jersey, and I say, "Go Jags!" Dude, the whole place erupted in conversation. It was really cool. But real quick about as a fan, Trevor's having to learn a new offense. As fans, we're having to learn a whole new way to fan, because when I was down in Miami for that game last year, and when ETN fumbled the ball through the end zone, and then the next play 80 yards, and you just felt this air, and it was this palpable feeling of, and in retrospect, it ruined the season almost for the players, like they never recovered. And then yesterday, we fumbled the hook and lateral. By the way, thanks for calling it lateral, Mike. And then they go down and score on a long drive, go up 10-0 on us, and I couldn't help but have that same feeling of that Miami game last year. And doggone it, if this isn't a different team. They just answered and came back and won. And as a fan, I wasn't prepared emotionally to be able to still be optimistic. And I've had to learn the new ways here. So it's just amazing to see the turnaround, not only the X's and O's, but how the team 1 year ago, 1 year later, something like that happens. Basically the same thing happens, and the team responded. So that's it. That's all I wanted to say.
All right, man. Appreciate it. And I reiterate, you're crazy if you want Tyquan Thornton straight up for Brian Thomas Jr. Not even no, not total non-starter. But yes, you should by this point in the season have changed your expectations, or when things happen, not have that panic and that fear set in. But absolutely right. I mean, the game, even though last year when ETN fumbled and they hit Tyreek Hill for the touchdown on the next play, the Jags were still winning.
Yeah.
Didn't feel like it. Felt like they were down 14 at that point in time, and it was over. All right, we got to take a timeout. We'll come back with more of your reaction on a Victory Monday. Jaguars win at 23-17 over the Colts. This is 1010XL, 92.5 FM.
Jaguars Today. You're at the home of the Jaguars in the Renewal by Anderson Custom Windows and Doors Studios. Superior products, exceptional service.
Hey, Jacksonville DDH. Dreamfinders Danny Hicken here with the scoop from Dreamfinders Homes, your national builder of the year. We've got first-year interest rates as low as 2.99% in homes in 20-plus communities throughout Northeast Florida. If you're house hunting, make sure your first pick Dreamfinders Homes, the proud official home builder of the PGA Tour, the Florida Gators, and your Jacksonville Jaguars. Visit dfhsalesevent.com today and tell them Dreamfinders Danny sent you.
Dreamfinders Homes Monday.
Jaguars Today.
Your home deserves more than just another coat of paint. It deserves quality that lasts. At First Coast Paint, you'll find premium Benjamin Moore products, trusted advice, and the local experts who help you get it right the first time. Whether it's your living room, your porch, or your whole house, First Coast Paint brings your paint project to life. Stores in St. John's and St. Augustine. One name Jacksonville Trust. Mention 1010XL for 10% off. First Coast Paint. Simply superior paint.
Ready to upgrade your home? It's Renewal by Anderson's 31-day sale. Buy one, get one 40% off replacement windows and patio doors. Plus, 0 down, no payments, and no interest for 18 months, but this offer expires December 31st. Renewal by Anderson, proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Visit bestwindowsflorida.com to schedule your free consultation.
License number CGC 1527613.
It's time for the Plumbing 411 from Superior Plumbing and Pipelining. When your kitchen or bathroom drain just won't clear, there's probably a deeper blockage. Food scraps, grease, soap scum, even small objects can jam up your pipes. Superior Plumbing and Pipelining uses advanced tools to find the clog and flush it away for good. Don't wait for a tiny clog to become a big headache. Make the superior choice when your drains are clogged. And learn more at superiorplumbingjacks.com.
The best value for golf in Jacksonville remains Cimarron, totally reestablished with new tee boxes, improved fairways and greens, also a brand new restaurant with indoor and outdoor settings, and live music. Join the Wild One loyalty program online at Cimarron Golf. When's the last time you played Cimarron? Cimarron Golf Club on 210, the Wild One.
Businesses invite you into their store to spend money so they can make a profit. This means that under the law, they have a duty to maintain a safe premises.
Whether it's a leak on the floor, bad lighting, an item falling off a shelf, or if you're attacked on the premises, it doesn't matter.
Stores have a legal duty to keep you safe on their property.
Our responsibility at Farrah & Farrah is to protect you when they don't.
Jacksonville.
I'm here with Clayton Bromberg of Underwoods. In today's world of retail, how has a store like Underwoods stayed viable against the big national stores?
Frank, that's a question with a direct answer. At Underwoods, we've never aspired to be the biggest. What we've always tried to do is be the best. When you take this approach, there's some things that come to mind immediately, like fine quality merchandise bought by buyers that are experts, high levels of service delivered by a staff that are helpful and know what they're doing. Then there's some things that people don't really think about at all, like the finer a gem, the more rare it is. And these gems are not mass producible because they were made by God millions of years ago. Because of that, there just aren't enough of these for the big multi-store retailers to buy and put into their merchandising schemes. So at Underwoods, we buy these finer, rarer gems and create jewelry pieces that the people in Jacksonville expect out of us.
When you want the best, it's Underwoods. Underwood Jewelers in San Marco, in Avondale, and at the shops of Ponte Vedra.
1010XL, presented by Farrah & Farrah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Still, present, ready. Farrah doesn't flinch. He's our QB. It's a David Garrard Monday on 1010XL. Restored by Resto Pros of Northeast Florida.
All right, we were just talking about on the break the terminology for the play. Hook and ladder, hook and lateral, right? Some people are very specific. The literal thing, you're running a little hook pattern and then you're lateraling it to the next guy.
Yes.
But in football parlance, it's become the play call has become known as the hook and ladder. You say you used to have it in the playbook,
yes,
as the hook and ladder.
Yes.
So it's completely accurate to call it either one.
Yeah, lateral is a hard word. It's not hard to say.
It's an extra syllable. It doesn't roll off your tongue.
It doesn't. And in the moment of battle, you don't want to be fumbling the words. So hook and ladder is just so much easier to say. And it's become the way of knowing that play. But yes, the real term is hook and lateral. But if you look at any playbook, most of them is going to say hook and ladder.
And if there were an existing hook and ladder association, like with firefighting, that's a known thing, a hook and ladder, right? That it might not have ever gotten shortened to that, but it did, and it's been that way, and it's totally acceptable to go either way with it. You know, we understand it's not
because it was
you're not throwing a ladder.
No.
At ETN.
It was a hook and ladder day yesterday. I mean, there
were a few. Buffalo, I know, had one.
I mean, you can go through a whole season sometimes and not see too many hook and ladders, unless it's that last play of the game where they're just tossing it around.
Right.
But to see 3 different teams use it, and all of them were pretty successful, but ours, it would have been successful if we had, made that catch.
The Buffalo one was huge.
It was.
Huge. Yeah. Absolutely. That was 4th down, right?
Yep.
And they completed it about 2-3 yards short of the stick.
And then they had to come up and spike it. And
They had the opportunity. All right, let's go to Missy on the west side. Next up here on Jaguars Today on a Victory Monday. Who is that? Oh, Misso. Okay, I'm sorry. I just can't read across the room here. Misso, what's going on?
So wanted to call in from last week. I made my prediction about the Jets taking on the Patriots.
Yes, you
did. You did.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Oof.
I think we can all easily agree the refs had it in for the Jets. The Jets had it in the bag. So
Yeah.
Moving on.
Probably so, right? Moving on. And I do remember because we said call back if the Jets do win, and we'll give you your props. So thanks for being manning up and taking the lumps on that one. Go ahead.
I do agree with a lot of the sentiments about BTJ. Even though he's not a game wrecker per se, he is taking on the best defensive back from the other team every game. So if he's not doing anything other than just drawing attention, so far it seems to be working for our other receivers. Excuse me.
All right. Appreciate it, man. I absolutely look, they're all functioning as a collective pretty well.
Like, I wonder at what point teams are really going to make adjustments to where the Jags actually are, right? Like, we saw there was a long period where the Jags were having the level of success running the ball that teams said, not anymore, right? We're going to stack the box. We're not going to let them beat us that way. Well, Trevor is a monster right now. So defenses are going to have to adjust to say, all right, we made the bet for a while here that Trevor couldn't beat us. It's pretty clear he can, right, at this point in the process. So what is that going to look like in the playoffs? And I wonder if there's an adjustment on Brian as well, where maybe the athlete says that he ought to be this dangerous player, but he's just not right now in their offense. So what does that look like when the coverage does go more towards Jacoby or Parker or whoever they want that to be as the guy that they feel is the more featured or dangerous guy in the offense? And what will Brian Thomas do when that opportunity does expand for him where he's not having to face the best corner?
Look, I think he can take advantage of it. Honestly, I think it's tough for some corners to cover the type of receiver Parker Washington is, David.
Absolutely.
Right? Just that compact, shifty,
super
and he's
quick,
muscled
out of
up,
break,
right?
yes.
You get a lot of the top corners that are like 5'11" to 6'1", skinnier, right, tall, and they can
rangy, they can run but straight.
Right. Yes. And they love covering those guys outside the numbers, and they've got all their techniques for it. So the Jags have that, like, they can line up Parker Washington anywhere they want. And they can do the same with Jacoby Myers too. And so go ahead. I mean, it doesn't really matter if you have a shutdown corner against this
It
team.
really doesn't. And the cool thing about what you were just saying, the questions you were just asking, Tony, is offensively, it's going to be tough to stop us, period. Because if you take guys out of the box and you want to stop the pass game, then we're going to ETN, and that's going to be even worse because it's going to be more of a bludgeoning. And yes, we have not been running the ball the same the last few months or whatever it is, but that's because they're trying to stop them. They're saying, Trevor, all right, you beat that team last week, but let's see you do it again. And he's doing it over and over again. Also, if you want to put your best corner on Myers, or if you want to put your best corner on Parker Washington, like Mike was saying, it's much harder because those guys play inside a lot. And if you're inside, there's multiple ways for you to break as a receiver. And Parker Washington is a tough cover because he's so quick in and out of his breaks, being that punt returner, kind of fast twitch guy. So you can set up two safeties back there and drop your linebackers into coverage. Well, we're just going to hand the ball off to ETN, make plays that way, or go to our screen game. We'll midstream adjust to whatever you're going to do to us because our offense is so dynamic and so diversified that it's tough. And I haven't even mentioned Brenton Strange, who also makes plays. So cover all the receivers and put your weakest linebacker or safety on Brenton Strange, and now he's got the strength, ability, speed, and all those different things to make plays as well. And let's not forget Trevor with his legs. Thank you, Lord, that he has realized. I think he's enjoying playing the game a little more now because he's like, shoot, if they just take everything away in this man coverage, I'm just
picking up a chunk.
Yeah, and I'm scoring. I'm getting first downs, and I'm just getting down. Like, he's learning all this right in front of us, and it is so cool to see because he's doing it all at the right time as we head into the playoffs, into cold weather, and hopefully not too cold because maybe we'll be here for a few of those games.
Oh, wouldn't that be nice? Yes, let's hope at least one. Let's lock it down this week at the bank and get that win over the Tennessee Titans. Let's take a timeout here. We'll come back, get more of your reaction. First hour not even done yet on a Reaction Monday as the Jags improved to 12-4 with a 23-17 win over the Indianapolis Colts. You're listening to Jaguars Today on 1010XL and 92.5 FM.
Jaguars Today.
From the Renewal by Anderson Custom Windows and Doors Studios of 1010XL. Duval all day. Search 1010XL Jaguars on YouTube.
Hello, Jacksonville. This is Dr. Kevin Kaplan, team physician for your Jacksonville Jaguars. At Orthopedic Specialists of Jacksonville, we know not every injury happens on Sundays. Sometimes it's flag football, weekend yard work, or just playing with your kids. That's why we built a team of fellowship-trained orthopedic surgeons, experts in everything from knees and shoulders to spine and sports injuries. Whether you're chasing championships or chasing your dog, we've got you. Learn more at osjax.com. That's osjax.com.
It's a Dreamfinders Homes Monday.
Official home builder of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
The new Ackerman Cancer Center is now open at World Golf Village, providing state-of-the-art screenings and diagnostic exams with no referral required. Same-day appointments are available. Call today or visit AckermanCancerCenter.com.
Learn everything you need to know about the Jaguars on Duval Rundown. I'm Hayes Carlyon. Join me each Monday, Wednesday, and Friday morning at 9:04. You can find Duval Rundown on all the social channels of 1010XL.
Driven by Jacksonville Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram Westside.
Ah, family's here. Ready for a perfect holiday?
Honey, the toilet's overflowing.
What? Now? With everyone here?
The sink's backed up too. Cool, it's like a water park in here.
Great! Best holiday ever.
Don't panic. Just call Duck Duck Rooter. They'll fix it before we're swimming in mashed potatoes.
Got a holiday plumbing disaster? Call Duck Duck Rooter, your local plumbing pros. DuckDuckRooter.com.
Daly's Dash is not only your Jaguars game day stop, but a great place to grab a meal any day of the week. To honor the Jags and the fans, we've crafted the Duval Sub. The Duval comes with freshly sliced turkey, ham, melted cheddar, and habanero jack cheese, topped with crisp lettuce, fresh tomatoes, and a double portion of our secret sauce, all served on a fresh roll. Come by your local's Daly's Dash today to get your delicious Duval Sub. Daly's is the official convenience store sponsor of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
What race car driver won 27 times in one season?
When your homeowner's insurance policy is up for renewal, it's a good idea to shop around to find a better plan. Southern Oak Insurance for over 20 years provides Floridians a clear option. SouthernOak.com.
Our family protecting yours. Southern Oak Insurance.
Richard Petty, the King, won 200 times in his career, including 27 times in 1967.
Southern Oak Insurance. Our family protecting yours.
Checkmate Coatings. Your floor's missing piece.
Pick it here with a game winner. It's Checkmate Coatings. I've scouted them all. And this Jacksonville crew's the real deal.
I'm Brendan, owner of Checkmate Coatings. We transform pool decks, driveways, and patios with pro precision.
Score big at CheckmateCoatings.com. Checkmate Coatings, your floor's missing piece.
Checkmate Coatings. Your floor's missing piece.
Frank Frangie here for Stanley Pools. If you're dreaming of putting in a pool this year, choosing the right company is the most important decision you'll make. I've trusted Stanley Pools to build my pool, renovate my pool, and maintain my pool. Stanley Pools has been the best in the business since 1988, and they're still family-owned. Call them today at 904-269-7277 or find them online at StanleyPoolsFL.com. That's Stanley Pools, a family tradition of fine swimming pools.
This holiday season, sending a floral arrangement from Kuhn Flowers is a classy move, no matter who it's for. Jack O'Brien here. Kuhn Flowers is the most respected name in the floral business. Find out why when you go to KuhnFlowers.com.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. When it's game time, Farah doesn't flinch. Jaguars Today on 1010XL with David Garrard is restored by Resto Pros of Northeast Florida.
All right, we roll on, all rocking the same gear. Once again, Victory Monday, baby. It takes the sweet decision-making out of my getting dressed process, at least for one day of the week. Go home on Sunday, where's that T-shirt? All right, know what I'm doing tomorrow. Victory Monday, baby. Let's keep it rolling with your Jacksonville Jaguars. Back to the lines we go, and we love your reaction, good, bad, or indifferent on a Monday, regardless if the Jags win or lose, although I almost can't remember the last time they haven't won a game. Let's go to John out at the Beaches next up here on 1010XL. John, good morning.
Hey, good morning. Great victory yesterday. Really like watching everything. Yesterday we gave the Colts life on 2 kickoff returns.
Yes.
And I remember, and we were watching, I'm sitting in the stands on the Jets game, and we kicked it out of the end zone, 9 times on purpose, just to say, hey, take it 65 yards. We don't think you can. I think, we definitely should have done it after the first one. I don't know why we didn't do it the second one, then we picked it up the rest of the game. But with our defense, let's just do it all the time. Let's not even give anybody a chance to bring it back out to the 50.
Yeah, look, I think it's a very defensible argument to make that you're making right there, particularly against the Jets. How many ways can the Jets beat you?
Yeah.
Not many, and probably breaking big returns is one of them. He did have a punt return, Isaiah Williams, in that game that he took to the house that got wiped out, right? But yeah, I agree with you. Ashton Doolin, after the first one, I might have said enough is enough. But look, NFL teams are stubborn. Coaches are stubborn. They
got
think
egos, man.
We should be able to stop them inside the 35. Yep. And most of the time they do.
Yeah.
Right? So they have a worse starting position. But I have noticed, and maybe it's just anecdotal, Tony. I haven't seen if the numbers bear this out, but it seems like a lot of teams are doing this now later in the season. I would do it next week. Chimere Dike is the Pro Bowl return man in the AFC. And I don't trust, from a Tennessee perspective, I don't trust their offense to keep pace with the Jags. So take that aspect out of it. I'd kick it through the end zone all week next week.
I'd almost think about the first one, giving them a chance to return it just to see if we cleaned up what we needed to get cleaned up. Right, in the return kind of thing, and depending on what the outcome of that is. And even if you get the outcome you wanted, you cover it right, you're like, the next one's like, all right, we played with fire the one time, we're done. Right, like we know there's heat there. We don't need to keep touching the stove, in that kind of circumstance. But they obviously have things they got to work on. And look, they're not going to face anybody in the playoffs that's as dangerous as the guy they're playing this week. Right, he is the Pro Bowler, probably going to be the All-Pro return man in the league this year. So you're not going to face anything that dangerous going forward. But still, you got some things you got to get worked out. And you don't know what the weather is going to be in any of these spots. Right, like when you go to Buffalo or wherever you wind up going, you go to New England, right, at some point in the playoffs, who says that you're going to have the circumstances to be able to get it to the end zone? Right on the you don't know necessarily what that's going to look like. So you may need to know. So I'd be fine doing it once.
Well, here's the circumstance. Cam Little's going to kick it through the damn end zone. And
unless
under
there's
snow, sleet,
30
rain,
mile per hour wind.
Right. It would have to be.
Only way, yes.
I'm not at all worried about Cam Little's ability to kick it under any conditions into the end zone.
But just in case he doesn't, also just in case you kick it to the 2 yards inside the end zone and he returns it, you got to be able to rep those out. You got to have real live action. And at times, you got to be able to let your kickoff team go down there and make the plays. But then once you realize this dude is pretty good, or you start the game off realizing he's pretty good, and you don't want to give the Titans any kind of hope for anything, then you just kick it into the end zone if you have the opportunity.
All right, John, thanks for the call. Look, I'm sure it's something that they're well aware of and they're going to consider. And, I've got the confidence.
And also, sometimes you need tape on what happened. Why did these things happen so we can fix those things, like you say, in case the ball doesn't make it into the end zone or they do return it.
Right. And now, if that's the case, like if the Jags are up like they were up and they beat Tennessee handily the first time, fine, right? But, like, in a close game, I'm not worried about getting tape for the next game. I'm worried about winning today. So I think they finally got to that point where they said enough is enough, and we're not going to give them that opportunity. Let's get Rick all the way out in Oklahoma checking in next here on Jaguars Today. Good morning, Rick.
Hey, good morning, guys. Happy New Year. David, I have a question about when the quarterback comes to the line after calling a play. Obviously, we do all the game planning. They set their game plan up, what they're going to play. They have an expectation of what the defenses are going to run. But they call, 2 plays in the huddle. Trevor gets up to the line. Let's say it's a pass play. Does he change the progressions for the receivers based on what the defense is showing? And then kind of a second part of that, how often do these guys disguise their defenses and drop in and out of coverage? Is that half the time, or can the quarterback pretty much rely on the defense they see when they come to the line?
Great questions. No, you don't change the progression. The play is what the play is once you've decided which play you're running. Now, the defense might change the progression. You are supposed to start with your X receiver in the progression, but you clearly see the defense that they're running. So you're going to quickly check him off. He's still in the progression, but you're just going to check him off because they're running a coverage that we can't get the ball to him in. So let me get to my other guys in the progression a little bit quicker. That's where your young quarterbacks have a harder time because coach said he's number one, so I'm going to give him an opportunity to win at the number one. But when that defense they're running tells you he's not going to be there, get your eyes over there quickly, but then get off of him, move on to the next guy because you don't have much time in that pocket. And then secondly, what was the second question?
Defense. How often do defenses show one thing and try to drop out?
So a defense is going to either be disguise or they're going to be proximity. Proximity just means we're going to get to where we need to be right now. We don't care if you know what we're doing because we're going to play fast there. Disguise is just like what you said. They're going to come out and try to make it look like something and then go into something else. So either a team is that or they're not. Anybody can line up and just run the defense, but most disguise teams are always trying to disguise unless it's a situation where they can't use their disguise. They just got to get down there because this is the play of the game, and we've got to make a play. And we don't want to be late with our disguise and allow somebody to catch an easy ball. So I would say if you're a disguise team, you're doing it 75% of the time.
And for the other teams, they just are basically lining up.
They're just lining up in it. It's what's called proximity. They're going to get to where they need to be. They might have a little bit of disguise to it, but not really. We know what you're trying to do. Like the Colts, when I played, they just lined up in like a cover 3 look the majority of the time. Now, it might be man, it might be cover 3, but they're lining up in that look, and they are not blitzing. When I played, we would look at the blitz tape. It'd be like 5 or 7 blitzes in the blitz tape, and this is more than halfway through the season. They just didn't blitz. They had Dwight Freeney, and they had Mathis on the other side, and they were like, we don't have to blitz.
Right.
You know, so when you have those kind of teams, they're just really good and fast at what they do because they're just always lined up in it.
To the first question, we talked about this a little bit last week, Tony. I think it was last week when it came out. I'm seeing a date of December 17th, so maybe 2 weeks back. Kirk Cousins breaking down progression versus coverage reads. It is like so enjoyable to listen to. Did you know what I'm talking? Did you see the clip?
I've had people say what you guys know at the quarterback position is amazing because I'm watching Kirk Cousins break down these different plays, and it is unbelievable.
It was phenomenal.
It's super cool. I didn't see it, though. I've seen it before.
But just to the point about changing progressions, he was basically like, you almost immediately know, well, yeah, I'm going to look at those progressions, but I'm going to fly through them.
Yes, because I'm
getting to the backside.
The defense will tell you where to go with the ball, and when you become a more mature quarterback, that's when the game slows down. You're like, okay, I can click through 1 and 2 super quick, but I got to do it because of timing purposes. If you just go straight to the guy, now you're too early and you feel rushed because now you're waiting on him to get into his route. You've got to go through them just for timing purposes, but some of them you click off a little quicker. You don't hang on guys just because it is Jimmy Smith, and that was the old David, young David Garrard. It's Jimmy Smith. I'm going to give him a chance to win. Oh, shoot, he didn't win. Let me go through. Oh, now I'm sacked. That's how it happens, you know?
There you go. All right, good questions, though, Rick. Way to take advantage of having a QB in the room right there. All right, hour 1 in the books. More of your reaction to the Jags' latest victory coming up on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
Jaguars Today for the Renewal by Anderson Custom Windows and Doors Studios. A strong fence makes a good fence. A strong defense makes a good team.
They're the best defense in the league for a reason.
Each week, Superior Fence and Rail presents the Defensive Player of the Game.
Go, Dave, let's go!
On 1010XL.
Lucas Tree Service is a certified arborist and a local family-owned business with over 45 years of experience. They specialize in tree removal, trimming, and stump grinding for both residential and commercial properties. Get prepared for storm season and receive top-notch customer service from Lucas Tree Service, 904-241-3533. Online at lucastreeservice.com.
Jaguars today.
It's a Dream Finders Homes Monday.
This is Dave Barker with IHRS. Are you frustrated with those trendy pills and lotions that claim to make your hair thicker and fuller? Tired of your hair falling out? Our hair restoration solutions have helped over 10,000 men and women restore their hair in as little as 2 office visits.
Call 904-777-IHRS. That's 904-777-4477. Or go to hairforme.com.
Coach Campo here, and I just want to tell you about the best pizza I've had right here in Duval, and that's Tony D's Pizza. Tony works hard to make every slice perfect. If you love pizza like I do, you need to go to Tony D's, Bay Meadows and 295.
The flagship station of the Jacksonville Jaguars. WJXL AM Jacksonville Beach. WJXL FM Jacksonville Beach.
Frank Frangie here for Coil Fencing. Jacksonville is full of memorable sports moments. Just recently, Cam Little was good from 68 yards to set an NFL field goal record. You know who else goes the distance? The team at Coil Fencing. Coil is A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau and has been serving the Jacksonville community for nearly 100 years. From sleek aluminum fencing your HOA will love to tough chain link for your commercial project. Coil does it all. Visit CoilJacks.com. That's COYLE Jacks.com. Coil Fencing, partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Julington Creek Pest Control has been serving our community since 1984. Our turf management program is an all-out blitz, granular fertilization, weed and insect control, keeping your lawn championship green all year. Quarterly pest control stops bugs before they ever cross your goal line. Family-owned, locally operated, expert technicians, top quality products, no gimmicks, just winning results. Julington Creek Pest Control, our family serving yours since 1984.
With Lee and Kate's Glass, you're gonna see a big difference.
Frank Frangie for Lee and Kate's Glass, still family-owned and in business for 100 years. When they say you're going to see a big difference, that's for everything. Custom showers and spas, tabletops, mirrors, even replacing foggy windows, all at a more affordable price. And with your satisfaction absolutely guaranteed, Lee and Kate's Glass is your best choice. Visit leeandkatesglass.com.
With Lee and Kate's Glass, you're gonna see a big difference.
Bueller,
stay cooler with Bueller.
Hey, Jason, I'm worried.
You? Really? About what?
Well, I like to have a little seasonal potluck. You know, invite some friends and neighbors and guys from the office. But if the food gets spicy and the party gets rocking and that old toilet in the two-piece can't handle the traffic, well, what if my drain backs up right in the middle of everything?
Dude, imagine you're wearing my sunglasses.
Okay. Shoomp. Whoa.
If you're planning to host a holiday party and a blocked household drain line threatens to ruin the whole thing, call us and tell us. The drain clearing experts at Bueller Air & Plumbing will unclog your drain for free.
You do that for free?
It's Christmas.
Yeah, but for free?
The holidays can get pretty hectic. If a clogged drain line threatens to ruin the whole thing, you could miss it.
Stay cooler with Bueller.
Visit BuellerAir.com.
Merry Christmas from 1010XL.
This is Robin Sidbury from Action Transmission Specialist on Merrill Road. Family owned and operated since 1986. We'd like to wish you a very Merry Christmas and a happy, safe, and prosperous New Year from our family to yours.
Here's your 1010XL local sports update. The Jags control the AFC South after beating Indy on Sunday. They host the Titans January 4th, 1 p.m. at Everbank Stadium, holding a one-game lead over Houston. Win, and they claim the division. Plus, a home playoff game stays right here in Duval. Tampa's loss to Miami on Sunday sets the stage for an NFC South battle that's going to be taking place the final week of the regular season. At your 1010XL local sports update, I'm Sam Nelson.
At 11:04, it's 69 degrees. Time at 10, brought to you by Bueller Air & Plumbing. Stay cooler with Bueller.
1010XL, presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Focused, fueled, fearless, Farah. David Garrard Monday on 1010XL is restored by Resto Pros of Northeast Florida.
Yeah, DG in the house. I just played you the clip. You'd heard about it for a couple weeks. I played you that clip of Kirk Cousins, and Dave's just vibing on it. He's like, oh, yeah.
We love getting to explain what is happening on the field because usually for most people, it sounds like a lot. And it is. It sounds like a lot of processing going on in our brains. And it is. And we have ways of making it a little bit easier, but also defenses have ways of making it extremely hard all over again. So it's super cool to see him talk about that kind of stuff.
He was so excited to be asked about pure progression versus coverage reads and splitting the field and split safety versus single high. And just like, I have a familiarity with the concepts. You lived them.
Yeah.
But he made it so accessible that you're going through like, well, that makes perfect sense. Like, I understand everything you're saying. It was so
and what's
so cool.
The other hard part about it is talking through it, man, you're like, oh, I got this. And then you go out there and them guys are flying around. You're like, oh, I thought I had it. I got it mentally, but actually executing it is much harder. I was telling you guys the Ravens were the best at disguise. They would Ed Reed would be lined up in places, and you're like, oh, I'm about to burn him with this post on the backside because he is way on the other side of the field, and it's single high, and he is just setting you up. He is hoping you do that. Meanwhile, all of his other buddies are just wandering around.
They mill around.
Yeah,
right?
You're like, can y'all please line up so we can identify who's rushing and identify who the Mike backer is? And they're like, no. And also, we got a number 9 here. We got a 72, but we got a 15 over here. Can y'all just wear big numbers when you're big guys at 300 pounds? Like, it's so much that they're doing now to confuse you.
All right, let's get back to the lines at 641-1010. John is in Murray Hill. Next up here on a Victory Monday. Good morning, John.
Good morning, gentlemen, and greetings, salutations from Murray Hill this Monday morning. Happy Titans Hate Week.
Absolutely.
Dave, I got a question for you, Dave.
Okay.
It seems like yesterday we got a little bit of taken advantage of with Wyatt Milam under center. How valuable are these reps that he's getting now, knowing that he's going against Jeffrey Simmons potentially on Sunday? And what can Trevor do to support him in navigating and identifying these players on defense? And I'll take my call off the air.
All right.
Yeah, so when you get like a rookie center that comes in the game or just somebody who hasn't played that much, as a quarterback, you have to take a little bit more onus on yourself to make some of the calls that you normally don't have to make. Like if Meester was ever not in the game, then I would have to at least assist and some quarterbacks, they do all the calls anyway. But if not, you have to assist. You have to make sure they're getting into the calls. I even heard Phillip say in the game yesterday, what do you guys have? And they said, a rip. That just means everybody's sliding to their right and we're picking up any blitzers to the right-hand side. It just lets him know that, okay, they're going that way. It's telling me who I am going to be hot off, who I've got to worry about on the left-hand side since you guys are all sliding right. But that may be a situation where Trevor has to make the rip call because the rookie isn't seeing it or his buddies are telling him, hey, you need to make a rip. And then he'll make the rip call because it has to come from the center. Can't come from the other guys because my right guard can't actually see what's happening on the left side. The center can see both ways. And so that's why your center is the one making those calls. But just as a quarterback, you have to help him out and make sure that you're all on the same page. But you work on that throughout the week. It's good that he's had a week of preparation and in a game, and now he'll be even better.
I think there are 3 things, and it's not keys to Victory Friday, but I think there are 3 main things. 1, don't allow Chim DK to flip the field on you multiple times. 2 is, and not necessarily in this order, 2 is Cam Ward on broken plays, extending plays. He's got a big arm, and he'll run around back there and, find something in the mess. But maybe number 1 out of all this is just getting some control over Jeffrey Simmons.
Yeah.
That guy is a game wrecker, man. And I think that is the area we're going to be watching very closely to see who's available this week on the interior offensive line, Tone.
Yeah, I think the caller may have misspoken. It was Monheim playing center.
Yeah, it was.
Milam. But, yeah, I mean, look, we know what the threats are with the Titans coming in. Right? They're not good enough to have a whole laundry list of threats. Like, we know what the handful of threats are going to be with the Titans coming in. Can the Jaguars do the job maintaining those threats? we'll see.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, look, they're not. The Jags have a lot more threats. The Jags should win this football game. But if you're going to lose the football game, those are the three areas that concern you. And, of course, turnovers are always the equal.
And I remember when they had the first matchup up in Nashville, like it felt like Cam Ward was heating up, right? Like going into that matchup that week, the Titans guy we had on, like he was like, I think the Titans are going to win. Like that's what he was expecting that week when the Jags were making that trip up there. That's before all has happened in the last 2 months, for the Jaguars, right? That was coming out of Houston, when they were heading up there.
Yep.
So, but he was like, I think they're going to win. And then they did to Cam what they did that day. He's been really good for the last 3 weeks. We'll see what it looks like. Again, it feels like he's kind of getting better week by week, and the Jags he's going to have to come to town this time down in Jacksonville to deal with it. We'll see if they do the same thing again.
All right, let's get one more in before the next break. Darren is up next on a Victory Monday here on Jaguars Today. Good morning, Darren.
Good morning, gentlemen. We've heard, just finished with the 12 days of Christmas. Now we have the 12th Victory Monday.
Nice. Yes, we do.
Hey, we are so excited as fans that we don't even know what to do ourselves. Quick question and a quick comment. David, you were sitting on that couch thinking, I can make that throw. I can make that throw.
You know what? I was sitting on the couch thinking that, but then I thought, but I can't take that fall to the ground. I can't take that fall to the ground. No, I'm good.
So quick comment or concern, really, is I watched Seattle win a very important ball game. I think it was against the Rams. I could be mistaken a few weeks ago. I think 18-16 with 6 field goals by Jason Myers. We get in the playoffs, man. Those points are going to become premium, and I'm so afraid that we could wind up being down 10 on a game or something like that, and then he get down there and decide not to take the 3 points. That is a concern, and I'll just hang up and listen to your thoughts on it, guys.
All right, well, let's do this. Let's not try to delve too deep into it because we do have to take a quick time out. Let's come back and discuss that aspect of it and what Liam Coen had to say after the game about that very thing and the aggressiveness and the mindset he's trying to instill in the team. So we'll do that going straight ahead here. 641-1010 is your way to get on board. If you've got a reaction to the Jags 23-17 win, their 12th of the season, you're listening to Jaguars Today on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
Jaguars Today from the Renewal by Anderson Custom Windows and Doors Studios of 1010XL. Sometimes it's an offensive show.
You gotta be kidding me.
Sometimes it's a show of offensive discipline.
There are no words.
Listen for the Universal Roof and Contracting Offensive Player of the Game on 1010XL.
Make Honda of the Avenues your first stop for award-winning customer service and world-class Honda vehicles. Our inventory is larger than ever, which means we have the perfect Honda waiting for you. Plus, at Honda of the Avenues, we always put our customers first, making the car buying experience fun, fast, and easy. You'll always find great deals on our huge selection of new and certified pre-owned Hondas, all prepped and ready for a test drive. Come see just how different car buying can be at Honda of the Avenues today. Stop by or shop from home at HondaoftheAvenues.com. Proud sponsor of Sporting Jags.
Dreamfinders Homes, Monday.
On Jaguars Today.
In Northeast Florida, power outages are unavoidable, but losing comfort, security, and peace of mind doesn't have to be. With a Generac home standby generator from American Electrical Contractors, your power comes back on automatically the moment an outage begins. As Jacksonville's leading and one of the longest-running Generac dealers, American Electrical Contracting has the experience you deserve. Be prepared. Protect your home and family. Protect your business. Generac standby generators from American Electrical Contractors. Call 737-7770 or online at american-electrical.com.
Mark Watson with Hardball Creative. What's better than beer? Cold beer. Put your company logo on a custom koozie. Check them out at hardballcreative.com.
Hardball Creative. Hardball does it all.
1010XL is committed to getting you closer to your favorite players. That's why we sent Jags beat reporter Hayes Carlyon to bring you back one-on-one interviews in the locker room, unsealed by Renewal by Anderson Custom Windows and Doors.
Monahan Jewelers is ending the year with up to 40% off the entire store. Special savings on designer brands and some items marked at 50 to 60% off. We've been adding new merchandise throughout the holidays, and with interest-free financing on any purchase, it's easy to get a beautiful piece for a low monthly payment. Certified diamonds and engagement rings are our specialty. Support your local family jeweler for 48 years. It's our end-of-the-year sale with up to 40% off our entire inventory and some items marked at 50 to 60% off. Visit Monahan Jewelers in Atlantic Beach.
holidays, Googans. Santa Dan here. It's the holiday season, and that means hopefully more off time with the fam. Need a solid gift idea for the spouse or a specific family member? Beaches Dermatology can ensure that your special someone gets a great gift that won't break the bank and won't go hidden in a drawer. Botox, skin treatments, you name it, they have it. Take care of that spouse of yours this holiday season with a gift from Beaches Dermatology. Call today or go online at beachesdermatology.com.
Today's restaurant of the day, Flame Broiler, the Rice Bowl King. Try their new char wings. Char-broiled, never fried, grilled to perfection. Available as a 3 or 10-piece side combo meal with rice and a drink. Order today at one of 5 Jacksonville Flame Broiler locations.
Hey, Jacksonville DDH. Dreamfinders Danny Hicken here with the scoop from Dreamfinders Homes, your National Builder of the Year. We've got first-year interest rates as low as 2.99% and homes in 20-plus communities throughout Northeast Florida. If you're house hunting, make sure your first pick Dreamfinders Homes, the proud official home builder of the PGA Tour, the Florida Gators, and your Jacksonville Jaguars. Visit dfhsalesevent.com today and tell them Dreamfinders Danny sent you.
At Cannons of Jacksonville, they know that when you're towing anything, you gotta have products you can rely on. With over 50 years of fabrication expertise, the family at Cannons can repair or install precisely what you need to tow with confidence. Whether it's a heavy-duty hitch, trailer frame, gooseneck, tow bar, or any other towing accessory, Cannons will provide you with unmatched precision and durability. For all your towing needs, visit cannonsofjacks.com, where quality and customer satisfaction collide.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Still, present, ready. Farah doesn't flinch. David Garrard Monday on 1010XL is restored by Resto Pros of Northeast Florida.
All right, so question before we hit the break about taking the points. What are you doing over there?
Mike has no idea what the song is from.
Oh, no idea. What is this from?
I love it.
What is it from?
I don't know.
SpongeBob.
Yes.
Okay.
Love it. Yeah. Little SpongeBob action. It's just a great song, though.
All right, I'm glad I don't know what that is.
Jamming out, too. Got the crowd going under the water.
I'm happy to say that my television has never been on SpongeBob for more than it's taken me to realize it's SpongeBob and click to the next show.
Oh.
Ever.
I used to watch that.
Apparently.
Back in my
Apparently you
late
listen to the
teens.
soundtrack as well.
Yes.
All right. I'm glad you're fired up about the SpongeBob soundtrack. So the question is about how aggressive they should be. I honestly, when it's tied at 17 there, I'm thinking take the lead against the Colts. I'm not fearful of the Colts. You know, like you're keeping them in the game the longer you allow this score to remain tied. And now, granted, Liam Coen said after the game, he goes, look, that's probably one we should have kicked. But I don't think he was fully committed to that idea because in the next sentence he's saying, but I want them to understand that we want to close out games, talking about his own team, with our offense dictating how this game is going to end. And I get that in theory, but the defense does have something to say about that. You can't just always impose your will on the other team. And clearly, they're trying to sneak from 1.5 yards, which I didn't like the play. If you're going to run it, I need to see a different play from me personally. But then you get to the other one, which was a different set of circumstances, right? With about 3 minutes left, ETN carries it for 8 yards, right, on first down. About 8.5. About 1.5 yards again. And then they blow the whistle, penalty on the Colts, stopping the clock with 2:20. Liam declines it, thinking, I'm sure, well, they're going to run the clock. The referee gets up there and announces, since this was a dead ball foul, the clock will remain stopped. It was not a dead ball foul. Go back and watch the replay. The clock is running down until the ref runs in and blows it dead. It was not a dead. The clock was moving. So either the clock should have restarted, forcing the Colts to take a timeout, or allowing the Jags to run it down to the 2-minute warning. But the problem with that is, Liam said afterwards, well, I know we can get 1 yard. But you didn't. You got stuffed short, and then you got back-to-back penalties. And Trevor and Jacoby Myers bailed him out because that, they called it on the broadcast the throw of the game. Probably was. Opposite hash, back foot to Jacoby Myers. Great throw, great catch. setting up 4th and short again, which this time they converted. So I would have taken the first down.
Yeah, I mean, you want to make the game as easy as possible for your team if you can. And certain situations where you're asking them to do things when you're like, hey, but coach, we got 3 points if we just get 3 right here. And I understand, like, that situation was crazy because I was trying to figure out why we weren't taking the penalty and this and that. And they said the Colts guy jumped off sides to create that, and then it gave him an extra timeout. Like, that was just crazy. Like, sometimes we can just take the points and let our defense go out there and win the game too. When your coach is an offensive-minded head coach, he would like his offense to go out there and win the ball game. And I understand all that, but he has to think of himself as just the overall head coach and not just, I want to see this side go win the game, because both sides can win the game, and our defense showed us that.
Well, look at yesterday, the Buffalo Bills. Get it down. It's 13-0. They get it down to the 1 yard line, inside the 1 yard
so
line.
Aggressive down
Yeah, they are, right? But if they don't get it, and Philly takes over, now 3 and out, they punt it back. But, okay, if you get the 3 and out after the next kickoff, you're still going to get it back. And they end up losing by how many? 1.
Yeah. It happens way too often, because I've seen it in college too, where they're just going for it and not even getting the 3. I mean, I know years past, the 3 would have always been there, the thing that they would have been going for. But now it's just so different. I'm like, okay, you're down 9 or whatever it is, you're going to have to get 3 anyway. You should get it now, and that way you know the next time you get the ball, we've got to score a touchdown. Not, we still got to go get 3 and we still got to score a touchdown. Like, that is blowing my mind how often they just say, we don't care about those points. We want to get the big points right now. But you wasted so much time trying to do it. It's crazy.
We don't know, because we haven't seen Liam Coen do this in a playoff situation yet, right? Like, there hadn't been a real do it or
you think he's going to be a little more conservative?
And I don't know. Like, he was at least willing to say it.
Yeah.
So I know now the thoughts in his head that maybe down the line when we get into we're done if we don't make this happen, maybe I make a different decision in the moment. We don't know. We'll see what happens in the playoffs with that kind of thing. But I don't mind, especially in the regular season when you're trying to instill a mindset in your team, like keeping that foot on the gas. Like, if that's what he's trying to do, is send the message to, I'm leaving it in your hands, right? Like, when maybe he has to come to what that line's going to be when I need to grab the wheel, right, as the coach, and say, all right, take the 3. But it's going to be him telling the team, this is on me. I'm taking the 3. You guys pay off the decision. You know, once you get into that time of year. But I don't mind being as aggressive as he's been in the regular season.
Yeah.
You know, making these kind of decisions to try to instill that mindset.
But how do you switch your mindset once you get into the playoffs now?
He's got to be aware of it.
To me, though,
that's on him. I don't know what he's going to do.
Regular season, it's what point of the regular season? We're in week 17. This is not week 3. Like, the mindset, I don't think the Jags are going to go, oh, man, we're not going to be aggressive anymore. If they kick the field goal and take a 20-17 lead against a team that is clearly challenged offensively.
Yes.
And that's the thing. If this were a 42-42 game, I get it, because you don't think you're going to stop the other guy.
No,
but
if you ask me to guess, I think he's going to go for it. Like, I think that's what it's going to be in the playoffs, too. And, look, it's going to be – we had this conversation over and over about Doug Peterson, right, when he was going forward on 4th downs and those kinds of things. And it was like, this is what he does. Right? Like, at some point, you just have to accept he's going to be aggressive in these moments. He believes that we ought to be able to get a yard, so go get a yard. Like, that's the way he coaches it. And will it bite him? Maybe.
Well, that's the thing. You can believe that. It doesn't necessarily make it true.
But it could also be the reason they win.
Dan Campbell's been doing it all year, bumping his head against the wall.
It's hurt him more than it's helped him most of the year.
But it hasn't always hurt him more than
it hasn't. And I think more and more coaches are just trending in that direction. I don't know of any where I'm a conservative coach. Who
there's no doubt it's the way they're playing football now. But when Campbell did in the past, he had one of the top 2 offensive lines in the league. It hasn't been the case this year. You're playing yesterday with 2 backups. And I know the Jags backups have played well this year, but you didn't get that initial, I know we can get a yard. Well, you didn't.
Yeah.
You got stuffed, and then you had
do.
back-to-back penalties.
Like in my own mind, I relate it to baseball a lot in my head. In the playoffs in baseball, singles are rallies. Right? Like just base runners is a rally in playoff baseball. And in the NFL, points are rallies. Right? So you have to I agree with you. I think you need to kind of change your mindset with that kind of thing once you get to that time of the year. I don't necessarily expect that Liam Coen will. And I think he's going to be in a jungle with a bunch of coaches that'll do it the same way.
Yeah.
You know, like Nick Sirianni's not taking 3. You
No.
know, like it's just that's not the way that he coaches in those kind of moments. Doesn't mean he'd be better off doing it every now and then, you know, to go that way, but that's not how they're going to do it.
And I trust our offense. I trust who we have. I trust Trevor to make these plays. ETN, all these guys, trust them to make these plays, but you just don't want to bump your head against the wall so often throughout a season.
Risk.
Yes.
Yeah.
But like I said, it's NFL trend now, and that's what happens. They all start doing the same. Well, if he's going to be doing it, I've got to take some chances, and then now everybody's taking chances.
All right, let me just pass this along from management here at 1010XL.
Oh.
This has just come across my desk.
Oh.
This is pretty spectacular, actually. If you were
We're all getting raises?
Yes. Starting with me.
Who's this we you speak of?
Me and you, Dylan. All right. And anyway, it's the end of the year. You might have spent a lot of money on your Christmas, what have you. We get it, right? Finances, whatever the case may be. But we want to see the bank packed with Jaguar fans. And A, you want to smash the Titans at all times.
Yep.
You just want to win. Jags have been winning at home almost every game this year, with the exception of Seattle here in Jacksonville. You got a chance to lock up a home game in the playoffs, so there should be some playoff-like intensity from your team. There are tons of reasons to be in the stadium this Sunday, okay? So, with that, 1010XL is going to bring you Blitz the Bank and give away, how many tickets do you think over the course of the week?
Oh.
Over the course of the week, how many pairs
10.
of tickets will we give away?
Yeah, I'm going with 10.
10.
More.
Higher.
Wow.
What do you think? Go higher. What's the number higher than 10?
18. Let's go 18.
More.
How about 125? Let me just jump to the bottom line. 125 pair of tickets to the game. Okay? Listen to this. All right? There's going to be.
Where are you sitting?
I don't know. You're going to be sitting inside the bank.
You are.
You're going to be in the
Very
stadium,
true.
and it's not going to cost you to enter. So
True that.
there's that. Beginning at 1 o'clock today, from 1 until 9 today, from 6 until 9 each of the next 2 days. And yeah, people are calling right now. We're not giving away anything right now. So I'm just explaining what's coming up. You know, so you can ring. I hope you're ringing in to give your reaction to the Jaguars' victory. From 1 to 9 today, from 6 to 9 Tuesday and Wednesday, from 6 until 1 o'clock on Friday. There's going to be a promo airing, all right? And you're going to hear a sounder. I don't know what that sounds like. But it'll probably make it obvious.
When you hear it, yeah.
And when you hear it, you have to text in, not call in. You have to text the 1010XL text line, and daily we will pick winners. That means every hour we're not going to reply to you immediately and say, yeah, you won tickets. Yeah, you won tickets. So you can try all day long, I suppose. And whoever's in charge of selecting the winners at the end of the day will contact everybody and get your tickets that way. In addition to that, 5 total van hits, meaning the 1010XL van is going to be somewhere around town in unannounced areas of the listening area. The 1010XL bus will be out there, and that will call in from location during shows, giving away 10 pairs at each van hit. So in other words, the van will be out there. Somebody on the promotions team will call in and say, hey, we're here at place X. Come and get them while they last. And let's see, there's going to be a remote at String Sports Brewery today from 4 to 6 o'clock. And we'll give away 2 pair per hour during the remote via a registration box on top of that as well. It's going to total 125 pair of tickets that we're giving away throughout the course of the week to go pack the bank, blitz the bank, we're calling it this week. So beginning at 1 o'clock today, it will behoove you, if you want tickets, to be locked in to 1010XL.
You know what? Speaking of blitz, we should probably talk about the defense and the pass rush at some point.
Why don't we do that when we return in the moment here, David? That is a tease, as they call that in the radio business. Tony will take us around the rest of the National Football League. Still a lot of things to be decided coming up in Week 18, and then we'll get into the defense and the pass rush when we return. But be prepared to blitz the bank with us all week long right here on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
Jaguars today for the Renewal by Anderson Custom Windows and Doors Studios. Get the goods on Gainesville 24/7. Search 1010XL Gators on YouTube.
Lucas Tree Service is a certified arborist and a local family-owned business with over 45 years of experience. They specialize in tree removal, trimming, and stump grinding for both residential and commercial properties. Get prepared for storm season and receive top-notch customer service from Lucas Tree Service, 904-241-3533. Online at lucastreeservice.com.
Jaguars Today Monday is built by Dream Finders Homes.
Official home builder of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Gentlemen, start your engines. Want to be an MRN honorary pit reporter? Complete with tickets to the February 12th dual races at Daytona International Speedway. And shadow MRN reporters as they do interviews along pit road at the pre-race stage. Text RACE to the 1010XL text line designed by Lifetime Enclosures at 641-1010 for your chance to race to win at K1 Speed Racing Friday, January 9th. Best time wins. Thanks to K1 Speed and the Motor Racing Network.
Hey, David again here with Royal Pet Services. It's that time of year when rodents start making their way into our homes. Layson, tell them what they need to get in.
A quarter-size hole.
That's right. That's all they need. Hey, tell them where to go for a free attic and exterior inspection.
Visit RoyalPetServices.com.
If you're listening to 1010 and you're a parent, chances are your kids are playing sports. Check out i9sports.com with spring and summer registration open right now. In the gym or on the field, and now at Tocoy Creek High School and Westside Middle. Check it out, i9sports.com.
Look around and we know you've got options for gasoline, but those other places, they're not in the business of more. At Shell, that's what you get every day. Members get more rewards, more savings, more special offers. You'll even get 10 cents per gallon off of your first fill when you sign up and save on every fill after that. Choose to get more and more with every drive. Join the Shell Fuel Rewards program today at fuelrewards.com. Offer valid at participating Shell locations. Offer must be redeemed within 60 days of registration. Limit 20 gallons. Restrictions apply. Visit fuelrewards.com for more information.
Universal Roof and Contracting presents the Offensive Player of the Game. Universal Roof and Contracting. The difference is universal.
Trevor Lawrence was shaking and baking the Colts on Sunday in Indy. The Golden One tallied 263 yards on 23 completions and rushed for 2 touchdowns on 8 carries. After checking his x-rays, it's clear that he has that dog in him, and he's your Universal Roof and Contracting Offensive Player of the Game.
This holiday season, Universal Roof and Contracting is making it easy to check roof repairs off your list. Save up to 20% on roof replacements and repairs now through December 31st. Financing is available with payments as low as $115. Call 855-ROOF-HELP for your free inspection. Universal Roof and Contracting, protecting your home and building your trust. License number CCC 057165, CBC 1258484.
UniversalRoof.com. It's the Jaguars' final home game of the 2025 regular season, and you don't want to miss it. Join us for our fan appreciation game as the Jaguars face off against the Tennessee Titans in a can't-miss division matchup. It's your chance to cheer on the team as they take the field in their Prowler throwbacks for one last time this season. Secure your seats now and be a part of the action. Go to jaguars.com/tickets or call 904-633-2000.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. When it's game time, Farah doesn't flinch. Now, the cool down with Donovan Air Electric and Plumbing, keeping Jack's cool since 1987.
All right, before we go any deeper into the analysis and breakdown, and we'll get to that pass rush coming up as requested by DG, Tony Smith taking us around the National Football League.
Now, gems around the NFL, Brought to you by Beach's Jewelry and Pawn in Jax Beach.
Carolina tight end Jatavian Sanders suffered a broken ankle against Seattle yesterday. Seattle wide receiver Rashid Shaheed left the game with a concussion, was unable to return. Arizona tight end Trey McBride caught 10 passes, reaching 119 receptions on the year. That total makes him the new single-season record holder for receptions by a tight end, passing the 116 mark set by Zach Ertz for Philadelphia in 2018. Buffalo quarterback Josh Allen became the youngest and fastest player to account for 300 career touchdowns in NFL history yesterday during their loss to Philadelphia. Allen accounted for his 300th and 301st touchdown during the game, and at the age of 29 years, 221 days, and playing in his 127th career game, Allen passed Peyton Manning to be the youngest, who previously held the record and passed that milestone at 31 years and 212 days. Aaron Rodgers held the game record at 134 games. The NFL has announced the Week 18 schedule. The Jags will be hosting the Titans at 1 o'clock on Sunday. Houston and Indy will also play in that 1 o'clock window this week. And on Saturday, Carolina's at Tampa at 4:30 on ABC and ESPN, followed by Seattle at San Francisco at 8 o'clock on ABC and ESPN. And the NFL regular season will wrap up with Baltimore at Pittsburgh on Sunday Night Football.
All right, thank you, Tony. Why does the NFL do this and hide the game book at the very bottom? Like, I know where it is. I know right where to find it, but if you want the game book, which is basically like the box score on steroids, right? Has everything in there, including like snaps played, everything, right? Like you have to go and it's like it's like they're hiding it. Like they don't want you to see it. Anyway, I've got it because I wanted to take a look at QB hits here. But Dave, you want to talk about this pass rush, right? So, the floor is yours. What did you not like what you saw, or
well, I didn't see much of anything really. I mean, it was I kept wanting to see somebody just like kind of get around there, get their hands on him, because he wasn't going anywhere. And yes, I know he gets the ball out super fast,
right?
But he also isn't going anywhere, and he's right there in the same spot. And it just never felt like anybody was on their way to get him as he released the ball for the majority of the game. Now, when we got down into the crunch time, Hines Allen did a really good job of just basically bull rushing his guy into him, and that was like the one sack I really remember. But I don't know. And then Jonathan Taylor had a much better day than he did when he was here in Jacksonville.
No, Jonathan Taylor had a worse day yesterday, statistically. Same amount of carries, he had 4 less yards yesterday.
Well, I just felt like they were moving the ball.
In the first half.
In the first half.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then they didn't move it as much in the second half as far as with him and his legs.
He was like 11 for 19 in the second half, 10 for 19, something like that.
Well, then I take it all back then.
No, well,
move on. Go to another topic, Mike.
I'm sorry. I know. I just want to look, because he did come out, and I thought that was one of the biggest issues that they had the first half. Jonathan Taylor looked like it was easier in that half than at any point it was here in Jacksonville. But my point was just to talk about how the defense kind of rallied in the second half.
They did. And that's when they started to get a little bit more pressure and hold Jonathan Allen a little bit more, or Taylor a little bit more. But still, I never felt like they were, other than our guys making some plays in the secondary and getting those balls that Phillip Rivers just going to give you, because he just cannot make those high-end throws that are further down the field. And good on them for taking advantage of that. But I still just never felt like there was a ton of pressure on Phillip.
I understand what you're saying. I do think it was more probably the game plan that we know he's going to get rid of it quickly, and we're not going to blitz him.
Try to be there to make the tackle.
It felt like Trevor was getting pummeled because he took a few big hits, right? At times, right?
Yeah.
But they hit Trevor 7 times. Jags hit Phillip Rivers 5 times. Yeah, officially, the quarterback hits category. Now, which can be, somewhat like, what's a hit? If I lay my finger on you, I don't know. But officially, that's what they were credited for. But I agree. Like, that didn't worry me as much because of the style of quarterback Phillip Rivers is. And I figured that the game plan would be that, play coverage because you expect him to get the ball out. And by the way, speaking of playing coverage, Monteric was unbelievable.
He was.
Yesterday. He was everywhere. Alec Pierce did nothing in the game yesterday. And honestly, with the exception of the breakup on the one pass to Brian Thomas, I didn't even notice Sauce Gardner was playing.
I didn't either until, like you said, that moment, and then they kind of focused on him a little bit.
Sauce is out there.
Oh, he's back. I didn't know he was back already.
I mean, who looked like the better player for that one Sunday? It looked like Monteric. But, hey, good. Glad you gave up 2 first-rounders to go get him. Hope that works out for you. And for the Jets as well. So, yeah, look, I think it's been an issue all year that they haven't had this, tremendous, like, Trayvon's not having the year I thought he would. Now, granted, some of it has to do with the hand injury, right? Josh Hines-Allen's not having the year. And I get it. People will say, oh, but the pressures are there. Oh, that's great. Pressures are good. Sometimes they lead to big negative plays for the offense. Other times, guy escapes the pressure or stands in the face of the pressure and hits a big play. Sacks.
Get him down.
That ends the play.
Yeah, I think it's a matchup thing for me. Like, when we get into the playoffs here, if they match up against Houston or they match up against the Chargers, I think there ought to be an advantage for the Jaguars defensive line in those matchups, right, when it comes to rushing the opposing passer, because those offensive lines have struggled for the most part this year. I think the Jaguars ought to make a struggling offensive line struggle. I don't know that they're talented enough up front to be the team that's going to get consistent pressure. So that I don't think nor do I expect it to be a superpower for them in the playoffs, right? Like, that's what Houston has in spades. Like, they can do that better than anybody can do it. And if they're going to make it deep into the playoffs, it's because they do that, right? For Jacksonville, the thing that's going to get them deep in the playoffs is Trevor's hot, and he's so comfortable and in control of the offense right now that they are a really difficult team to get off the field and keep off the scoreboard. Like, that's their superpower right now. Going into the playoffs, we'll see how much of an ace card that is.
That and stopping the run. I mean, overall, like you said, first half, it started out first quarter, you're like, oh, man, really? Come on. But in the end, sum total, he needed over 20 carries to get 70 yards. If you can make teams one-dimensional in the postseason, then that enhances your pass rush, right? And that may be what they need to do, get guys, get teams in 3rd and 7 or longer.
Heck of a test against James Cook, if that's what
there's no question. James Cook is leading the league in rushing. Yeah. So, but if you can do that, look, it's going to be a heck of a test against anybody. It's the playoffs, right?
Yeah.
Isn't it nice?
Playoffs.
All right, let's take our final time out here. If you're on the line, we'll try to get to you coming out on the other side at 641-1010 on a Reaction Monday, a Victory Monday. Jags winning again. This is 1010XL, 92.5 FM.
Jaguars Today.
For the Renewal by Anderson Custom Windows and Doors Studios at 1010XL.
Are you ready to reclaim your backyard? Serving Northeast Florida since 1977, Surfside Pools is the trusted name for expert pool design. Family owned and operated, they offer pool service, equipment repairs, commercial maintenance, remodels, and new pool construction. Let Surfside Pools transform your backyard into the oasis that you crave. Are you ready to float happy? Visit surfsidepools.net or call 246-2666. Surfside Pools and Spas, where luxury meets leisure.
License number CPC 044080.
Dreamfinders Homes Monday on Jaguars Today.
Make Honda of the Avenues your first stop for award-winning customer service and world-class Honda vehicles. Our inventory is larger than ever, which means we have the perfect Honda waiting for you. Plus, at Honda of the Avenues, we always put our customers first, making the car buying experience fun, fast, and easy. You'll always find great deals on our huge selection of new and certified pre-owned Hondas, all prepped and ready for a test drive. Come see just how different car buying can be at Honda of the Avenues today. Stop by or shop from home at HondaoftheAvenues.com. Proud sponsor of Sporting Jags.
The best wings in town are coming to River City Marketplace. Leon Searcy here. Wingstop is opening another North Jacksonville location soon at the end of December. You always get fresh, made-to-order wings in 11 flavors, including original, hot, garlic parm, and of course, lemon pepper. Wingstop now has 18 locations in Jacksonville, always open until 1 a.m. So skip the wait and order your wings online at wingstop.com and swing by to pick up at the brand new Wingstop location in River City Marketplace.
Do you want to grow your career with a company that's committed to growing with you? Florida Home AC has aggressive plans to double their workforce, and they're looking for determined, resourceful people with initiative. Just log on to floridahomeac.com/careers to find out more.
At the First Coast YMCA, you'll find much more than just a gym. We offer many ways to help you become more active, reach your weight loss goals, and find your inner strength. Membership at the Y includes state-of-the-art facilities, a huge variety of fitness classes, and programs for all ages. It's easy to join the Y since it's affordable for all incomes. The Y is a great place to make connections and experience something new. Visit the YMCA near you or online at fcymca.org.
This bowl season, upgrade your game plan with a visit to Burlock & Barrel, Duval's first distillery dedicated solely to whiskey, right in the Brooklyn Riverside neighborhood. Stop in to see how we turn local grains into small batch whiskey, earning awards at every competition. Book a tour, settle in for a tasting, or escape the scoreboard for a bit at our full whiskey bar. Whether your team's winning or character building, at least your whiskey can be solid. At Burlock & Barrel in Riverside or burlockandbarrel.com.
The new Ackerman Cancer Center is now open at World Golf Village, providing state-of-the-art screenings and diagnostic exams with no referral required. Same-day appointments are available. Call today or visit ackermancancercenter.com.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Focused, fueled, fearless, Farah. David Garrard Monday on 1010XL is restored by Resto Pros of Northeast Florida.
All right, be listening all day, beginning at 1 o'clock. Blitz the Bank all week long, 1 to 9 today, 6 to 9, 6 a.m. to 9 p.m. tomorrow and Wednesday. We're off Thursday, 6 a.m. to 1 o'clock on Friday, every hour, giving away a pair of tickets to go see the Jags hopefully beat up on the Tennessee Titans. When you hear the promo, you need to text the text line at 904-641-1010. The van will be around for the next several days, Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday. Be out and about, be listening. They'll call in, they'll announce where they are, and they'll have 10 pair of tickets every time that they're out there. And today, you can go to String Sports Brewery between 4 and 6 o'clock, giving away 2 pair per hour via registration box. So you can go drop your name in the box and, please don't be greedy. Win 1 pair of tickets for the week and be happy that you got them if you did. And hopefully we'll get a bunch of different people able to go to the bank and support the Jaguars on Sunday. Let's get Marcus in. Last caller of the day on Victory Monday. Marcus, good morning.
Just look me in my eye. You can tell I'm Duval till I die. Oh, just look me in my eye. You can tell I'm Duval till I die. Oh, all this pride, I'm Duval till I die. Hey!
Woo! Thank you, Marcus. Thank you very much, Marcus. Appreciate you. Hey, I got nothing to add to that.
Love it.
I'm glad Marcus is Duval till he dies. And let's hope that's not for a very, very long time. I mean, look, at this point, I don't know what else the Jags can do to convince you if you're not convinced that this team has the capability to go deep in the playoffs. Now, that's not a guarantee that they're going to go deep, but watch the way teams play every week in the NFL. They're all gettable. All of them. Look, the Patriots right now look like they're steamrolling. They're losing by double figures last Sunday night, okay, in the fourth quarter. So everyone out there is gettable. It is kind of crazy. It could end up where Denver and San Francisco have the 2-1 seeds and the byes, and the Jags will have beaten them both on the road this year. The 2-1 seeds on the road. How often does that happen? How would they even get a chance to play the 2-1 seeds? To sweep them both on the road would be phenomenal. And, of course, San Francisco now, if they win, they don't leave home for the rest of the season.
All the way through the Super Bowl.
All the way through the Super Bowl. Yeah. Right? I mean, they're playing at home against Seattle. Winner of that game will be the 1 seed in the NFC, and the loser will be a wild card.
Yeah, and I know we just kind of went over the defense, and we didn't really give them a hard time. We'd like to see a little bit more of a pass rush, but the defense is still doing their thing. Like, they're still, even when they bend and we get down 10 points, they start shutting things down, making it much harder for the other team, and they've been doing that against really, really, really good teams. And there might not be a ton of sacks, but for whatever reason, they are making the plays we need to make to win ball games.
Philip Rivers put up 27 on Monday Night Football. against that same San Francisco team, by the way, who winning a lot of high-scoring shootouts right now. But,
they got a lot of people on IR.
Might be getting Fred Warner back, but yeah.
Wow. Deep in the playoffs, they're talking about with Fred Warner. I still am kind of I think that's like a carrot that's being dangled out there, but
they're still winning ball games.
They are winning games, and hey, good for them. I'd love to play them again. Love to play anybody from the NFC again this year. Just one.
That would be nice.
I just want one more game with an NFC team at this season. That's all I'm looking for, Dave. So, Jags win. Trevor didn't play his best, didn't play terrible. It's okay.
Yeah.
I mean, it's okay. It's okay to be okay sometimes.
Yeah.
Right? And you get the end result, and I do think that is one of the big differences is that, all throughout the season now, we're beyond the point for me that I'm worried about them losing to a team like Tennessee coming up this week. I just don't think it's possible.
And for Trevor, I will say, even the way he's been playing, when the ball comes out of his hands, I'm actually really surprised when it's not complete or maybe it's a turnover.
He's ripping throws.
He is, and he's making some really tight window throws, you guys, that he's just letting it fly, and his receivers are making these plays for him. I mean, Parker Washington on that one where the linebacker had his hand on the ball when he kind of ran the little middle route there, catches it, makes that play.
Where he got flipped up?
Yes.
Yes. That was a dime.
It was. And then to throw on his back feet, falling away to Jacoby Myers in that one towards the sideline that got them closer to being able to go get the first down.
Jacoby on those 2 third downs. I mean, over the middle, just missiles. Like, he had to absolutely launch it in there, and Jacoby's just like, nothing.
Yeah, and they're going and making those. That's what you want. That's when you're super confident and comfortable as a quarterback, because you're like, my guys are down there and they're going to go make the plays for me.
Yeah, and it makes me laugh because we had 4 years of Trevor making that kind of throw and the guy dropping it.
I know.
And everyone being like, well, throw it softer.
Right.
He
throws it too hard.
Throws it too hard, please.
By the way, when I said there's no way they can lose, clearly you can't. I put it this way. There's no fear in me that they're going to find one of those ways to lose, because you like Pittsburgh and Cleveland, I don't see that being at all a scenario that's going to come close to playing out this Sunday.
Trevor's playing way better than Aaron Rodgers.
And look, the Titans are the Titans, and they're playing better as well, as they were going for back-to-back wins this week, and they had a lead for a large stretch of that game. We're not the Saints, okay? And you're not going to be at home. And anyway, blitz the bank, baby.
Blitz it, baby.
At 1 o'clock today. Let's pack that thing out, and let's watch the Jaguars win their 13th game for only the second time in franchise history. Unbelievable. All right, with that, let's welcome in Big Sirs.
Now, the 2-minute drill is driven by nobody but Nimnicht. Nimnicht Chevrolet on Cassett Avenue and Nimnicht Buick GMC on Phillips Highway.
All right, Leon, hello.
How you doing, gentlemen?
We're doing quite well. Hope you had a nice Christmas.
Absolutely.
And, a little present for the Jaguar fans. Yet another win. As Dave said, the 12 days of Christmas have been matched, or somebody said.
Darren.
Was it Darren? Thank you. That have been matched by the 12 wins for the Jaguars. Leon, I know you got 2 hours to get into it, but your impressions of how the offensive line played this week, what did you make of it?
I thought they played well, to be quite honest with you, because I had to put myself in that situation. I've been in those situations where they just throw the house at you. An offensive line, you're talking about dealing with a rookie. You got a rookie at center. You got a right guard that's new to playing the position, and then I think they scrambled about and figured it out. They only gave up 2 sacks. They gave up a lot of hits. But my only remark to the offensive line is that they were in panic mode because they brought so much at them. But I can't give them an A, but I give them a solid B.
Okay.
I give them a solid B because I had that experience myself. I know what it felt like to be on the back of your heels and they just bring the house at you and you're just scrambling about trying to figure it out.
Well, you're definitely an authority on offensive line play, so I'd rather take your word for it than most.
Yeah.
Let's put it that way. So
don't
what's
take
coming
mine
up today?
for it.
All Jags, baby. All Jags.
Love it.
Yes, love it.
There you go. All right. Enjoy, Leon.
Appreciate
it. Giving away tickets, like we said, all week long with the Blitz the Bank promotion, 125 pair of tickets. We're looking to get into Jaguar fans.
I had a long way to go before I got to 125.
You did. You were like
at
you were
18.
10. You're like 18. You're going to go 23
I
next,
was.
something like that. So I just cut that short. All right,
Thank
DG, we'll see you next year.
Hey, Happy New Year to
Happy
you guys.
New Year to you too,
and
man.
to Duval.
Looking forward to wearing these shirts to start the new year off right next
Absolutely.
week. So we'll do that, hopefully. And for Tony Smith and Dylan Denmark, I'm Mike Dempsey. For David Garrard, thanks for listening to Jaguars Today. Keep it right here for your chance to win tickets all week long, beginning at 1 o'clock, basically every hour of the broadcast day up until 9 p.m. You'll have that chance today, tomorrow, Wednesday, and Friday until 1 o'clock with van hits all over the city as well. Get out the strings this afternoon for more giveaways with the Jags getting ready to beat down, hopefully, the Tennessee Titans this week. That'll do it for us. Again, happy Victory Monday to all those who celebrate. For David, Tony, and Dylan, I'm Mike Dempsey. Coming up next, XL Primetime right here on 1010XL and 92.5 FM.
Jaguars
Today.
from the renewal